theorist.
No.
Like already, you're like.
I prefaced it before I used the word, Temple. I don't like the word conspiracy theorist.
What about all the people that resigned from the State Department? That's a good start. There was like, what, 15 people resign? That's a start.
That's just blown out by media. That happens every time they change administration.
Wait a minute. Come on, dude. You know,
and there were only 4.
Oh, come on. So you don't like Trump? You don't like what he's doing? I think he's doing amazing shit.
I'm very skeptical of Trump.
Amazing fucking shit.
I think he is reckless. I think he is acting as a dictator. He's using executive orders to enact his own opinion.
Executive orders that Obama fucking used the same executive orders. That's why he could do that shit, because Congress didn't pass that shit. So he could just get rid of that, because Congress is the one. Oh God, you guys are weird, man. You sit there and you attack Trump and say he's a dictator. The only reason he could do that shit is because those were executive orders that he was able to get rid of. Because Obama didn't go through the proper shit, dude. Come on, man.
I agree. I don't think executive orders should be used to enact laws.
That's why he's able to get rid of TPP. He got rid of that.
TPP is a different thing. TPP is a different thing because we were not engaged in the TPP. That had not been ratified. So I think that using an executive order to keep us out of TPP is a good thing, because we were never in it.
He's not being a dictator, though. You accused him of being a dictator. What has he done? I don't understand. Because he speaks his own mind? He's a dictator?
Yes, because he's acting based on what's in his head, not what is in the American people's consciousness.
Oh, so he's like Hitler?
Well, let's say the 66 million people that did not vote for him. Okay, he's not voting he's not doing in their interest.
No, look,
but he's doing in the 62 million that did vote for him. Give me a fucking break.
And they wanted to fucking have like a bunch of some people that were with the electoral college overturn 62 million people. Like that was more democratic.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Come on, Backto. Come on, Backto.
Come on, bro, man.
We're on a good tangent.
But I'm gonna listen to you. But don't throw out dictator, all right? Don't throw out dictator, and don't throw out terms like that, because that's bullshit.
I can see what he's saying. I can see what he's saying.
Give me one thing that he's done that's that he's acting like a dictator. One thing.
Okay, if I can speak, I'll elaborate. Thank you.
My finger on the button.
Okay. He's using executive orders to carry out things that he wants done. That makes him a dictator, because he bypassed. Just listen to me before you speak. He's bypassing the Congress. America was not founded on a dictatorship. There is a Congress that makes the law that is sent to the president for approval.
We know all that shit. I'm asking you to give me one example, dude.
Okay, well, I'll give you an example of an unconstitutional executive order, which was his most recent, where he is using religion to formulate the executive order by banning people who are Muslim from entering the country. That is forbidden by the First Amendment of the Constitution, which forbids the United States government from making law based on the establishment of a religion.
Technically, he's banning people from known terrorist states.
Really? Okay. Well, then
it's not unprecedented. Jimmy Carter.
Okay, I will answer that. Temple, because I've been fighting this point all day. Jimmy Carter restricted Iranians. That is not a religion. That is a nationality, and those
Iranians, a nationality.
Right, which is not forbidden under the Constitution, and we certainly have immigration laws in place.
So it's semantics. You're worried about semantics?
No, it's not semantics. Semantics are important because it is based on the language of the letter of the law. Okay, there is a difference between a religion and a nationality. At the time that Jimmy Carter exercised that executive order to forbid Iranians from entering the country, they had 440, or I don't remember, it's 300 and something hostages for 444 days of the United States citizens in their country. The same thing happened under World War II when Chinese were rounded up and put into concentration camps. Also not a religion. That is not forbidden under the Constitution. The First Amendment of the Constitution forbids the federal government from making laws with respect to the establishment of a religion, period, not a nationality. That's why semantics are important.
Okay,
it is not about
you talk about semantics. What about it's just 7 countries that we're not allowing people from?
Right. Okay. Well,
for 4 months.
Here's my response
for
to
4
that.
months. 4 months.
Here's my response to that. Can I give my response? I mean, it's a valid question, right? Number one, the President of the United States' responsibility is not to protect the American people. The number one priority of the President of the United States is to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. So anytime Donald Trump tells you that his number one job is to keep the American people safe, just as Obama did, is a lie. That is untrue. The number one job of the president is to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution. No, I am not splitting hairs. This is exactly the fact.
Did you support Ron Paul?
The oath that they are sworn to uphold is to preserve and protect and defend the Constitution of the United States from all enemies, foreign and domestic. Period. It doesn't say anything about.
Did you vote for Ron Paul when he was trying to?
Doesn't say anything about that. Now back to your original. I want to answer.
Who's in charge of the military?
The president.
The president.
Yes.
Right. And then isn't that how we stay safe? Is through defense of this country?
Defense. Yes. Not offense. Huge difference. Again, but you'll probably refer to that.
That's what you do. It's defensive when you keep people out that are obviously have a problem with the United States, dude.
The military.
That's defensive. He's not
using the military to keep people out.
You like Ron Paul? You like Ron Paul?
Did you vote
for Ron? Don't like Ron Paul.
Did you vote for Ron Paul?
Yes, I like Ron Paul.
Did you vote for Ron Paul? You voted for Ron Paul.
Why are you? Yeah, Ron Paul believes to just get out of there. Totally get out of the Middle East. I totally agree.
I would agree with that as well. But that's not what Donald Trump
wants to bring. Okay, so you really think that these people need to come to this country? These Syrian refugees. How do you get them? How do you find out whether they're here to do harm or not? How do you find out? How do you do that?
There's no need to vet them. There's no need for them to come to this country. Period. We have people in America sleeping on the streets. We have American citizens who are going without, while people from foreign countries
are saying Donald Trump's a dictator for trying to prevent this from. I don't understand your point.
He's not trying to prevent that. Okay, so here, back to my, just to finish my point, okay, if I may, in response to Olympus's last question about keeping us safe. Did you notice that if you wanted to keep America safe, wouldn't you want to, if it's truly about Muslims, radical Islam, keeping America safe, and post 9/11, wouldn't you have Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and the American, the UAE on the list of those people?
Then you can't bitch about fucking religion. You can't bitch about religion.
But you know what?
Saudi Arabia. Of course,
you know what?
Arabia.
Right, but they're not on the list.
Hillary took $25 million.
They're not on the list. They are not on the list. They're not on the list.
Well, I got to look at this list.
7 countries.
Okay, well, I will provide it for
7
you
countries.
Because I'm only interested in the truth.
Give us a list. I don't want to look at what's her name what's her name? Lady Starlight, Stardust, whatever the fuck.
It's 7 countries.
Yeah, I'm Lady Stardust. That's right. Absolutely. All right. Hang on.
So wait a minute. Saudi Arabia, man. To me,
they remove people's heads.
They're the ones that are
they oppress women
behind ISIS.
And we sell them tens of billions of dollars of weaponry every year, but they didn't make the list. So, that's huge. Yeah, of course it should worry you. It worries me too, and that's why.
But the thing is,
I'm skeptical of this.
The thing is, is that Trump is more on the side of people like me and you that are skeptical.
No, he's not. Trump is skeptical on the side of a billionaire. He is not on the side of me. He does not represent me.
Trump has done more in 7 fucking days than Obama did in fucking 8 years. Back to give me a goddamn.
He's done more.
And Olympus.
That's true.
I supported Obama. So did Olympus. We loved Obama, right, Olympus? I loved him, man.
I did. I think I have a book. I have a book of when Obama first got elected. A time fucking book. The whole book from fucking Time.
Hey, I'm going to tell this guy. I came into Olympus's room over a year and a half ago, and I go, fuck this guy, Donald Trump. This guy's an asshole. Who does he think he is? You know what Olympus said? He goes, hey, I might vote for him. And I was shocked. I'm like, what? And you know what? Olympus had more of an open mind. And I think Olympus is right. There's nothing wrong with Trump. He's a billionaire. I don't think there's anything wrong with rich people for a change that are successful in the private sector running this country. Let's try it that way.
Haven't we had rich people running this country? There's your list. It's about halfway
rich people
down.
That were fucking rich politicians that got rich off of the taxpayers.
No, they got rich off of using their positions and power to make deals that benefited them, the same way as Trump is doing.
Hillary Clinton.
We're not arguing about Hillary Clinton. I already know she's a criminal. She's not at the discussion at hand. He's not found.
Bernie Sanders sold out too. I think Bernie Sanders sold out too. So, who do you got left?
Thanks, good Lumpus.
Give me one decent politician that's worth anything.
Hello.
One.
I don't give you a decent politician because there's none of them that are worthy, except Ron Paul, perhaps. But he's irrelevant at this point.
What about
Rand Paul? He's irrelevant. He's not even a factor. Okay. So look, here's the other kicker, right? If you look,
you want.
I'm trying to explain it, but you won't shut up long enough for me to fucking explain it. Shut the fuck up and listen, and I will explain my position. If you look at the fucking map and the link that I gave you, none of the countries that were involved with the alleged official story of 9/11 hijackers, none of those countries are on the ban list, which would be the primary countries that I would start with if that was the official story. Furthermore, let me finish my fucking thought. I gave you the fucking link, retard. Look on the fucking link.
Was it Turkey? Was it Turkey? Israel?
No, Turkey is not on the list. Turkey is not on the list, and because Donald Trump has Donald Trump, that's the other point.
9/11. What should Saudi Arabia?
Fucking make a point because you won't shut up. Okay, here's the point.
That's why.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm done. Obviously, nothing's changed with Temple.
Okay, go ahead.
Chill out,
I'll be quiet. Go ahead.
None of the countries that were involved with the purported 9/11 hijackers are on the list. Also, countries that Donald Trump has business affairs in are not on the list. Those include Turkey, where he has a huge business venture in Istanbul. Afghanistan is not on the list. Pakistan is not on the list. Turkey is not on the fucking list. UAE is not on the list. Egypt is not on the list. Those countries are not on the list. Egypt has also Donald Trump affairs in that country. Saudi Arabia, however, who was responsible for 19 of the 20 hijackers, 18 of the 20 hijackers, reported by the official 9/11 report,
17.
Is not on the list. Yeah, 17. That's right, because there were some from Egypt and then some from the UAE. None of those countries are on the list. None of them. And also, all of the countries that are on the list,
that's trouble.
Here's the other kicker, right? And then Here's the other kicker, and I'll let you speak. You can have it after this. Of all of the countries on the list, there was not one single terrorist act committed by anybody in any of those countries in the United States. Period. Now, you can have the fucking mic.
Let me ask you something, though. No, I don't want the mic, dude. I just want to make one point, though. What about the FBI? FBI, there are people that were told to stand down because they were tracking these guys. CIA was told to stand down. You see, you're sitting here worrying about Trump and what he's doing, how he's dealing with these other countries. How about he goes after fucking George W. Bush, Dick Cheney, Colin Powell? These are the fucking real traitors, dude.
He's not going after any of them, and he's not going after Hillary Clinton, who he ran his whole campaign on with lock her up.
You don't
and he just came out yesterday and said that he's not going to look.
He said all that
into the fucking
Who was running in the United States with 9/11? It was a Bush administration. All right. I want to see these people. You know what I thought about in the inauguration? Once Donald Trump got sworn, if he would have turned around and said, "Go get her," he would have put Hillary, arrested. He would have got her arrested. He would have got Obama arrested. That would have blew my fucking mind. That's what that's the kind of shit I'm expecting from Trump, and I think it's gonna happen. You're gonna see Hillary go to fucking jail, dude.
Amen. Amen. Temple One.
No, you're not, because Trump just said yesterday that there's not going to be any more pursuit of the Clintons for criminal charges. He just said that yesterday.
What did Sessions say? Sessions said he's going to recuse himself if that happens.
He's going to recuse himself.
Yeah, because it's going to happen.
He's not going to be involved in anything. Tell me the last politician that's been prosecuted and sent to jail. Tell me the last one at a federal level.
Nixon
wasn't sent to jail.
No, I mean who? I can't recall. Tell me.
Right. Exactly my point. Thank you.
Wasn't Clinton impeached? Wasn't he impeached?
Clinton was censured. He wasn't impeached. He wasn't forced to leave office.
There's been plenty of fucking politicians that have been fucking sent, whatever.
Who?
I don't know. That motherfucker made fucking
Larry Craig.
Fucking one of those dudes, the dude that had the mistress and went to fucking Argentina or some shit.
Who are you talking about?
I don't know, man. Fucking Schaefer.
Anthony Weiner?
One of them motherfuckers. Weiner, fucking Schaefer, Schomer.
Wasn't there a guy
Weiner came under controversy. Weiner came under controversy because the day following.
What was the guy that got a TV show? He got a TV.
He's never been found guilty of any criminal activity, and he's never been convicted.
For like shutting down a bridge or something like that, Bridgegate.
Furthermore, he's not a federal politician.
Oh, you want federal?
Federal. That's what we're talking about. Federal.
Bradley Manning. Just kidding.
Bradley Manning was the politician, and his.
You make some great points about Trump. You make some great points, but I don't think that's the level of a dictator. I don't think he's being a dictator, dude.
Mark Sanford.
Mark Sanford. Who is that?
Wasn't that governor that had like an affair?
He had an affair.
Didn't he have an affair?
It just took off, and he was with his mistress in Argentina and all this shit. Mark Sanford, fucking Rick Perry. You know what I'm saying? They all been prosecuted.
Rick Perry almost made Donald Trump's cabinet, for Christ's sakes.
Whoa! What happened?
And Rick Perry's not in any trouble. He almost made Donald Trump's cabinet. He did make Donald Trump's cabinet. He is on Donald Trump's cabinet. He is the Secretary of Energy. For fuck's sake.
Yeah. Remember the debate? he was going to shut down the Department of Energy, but he forgot the name of it.
Yeah, it's all laughable, dude. But I mean, who else do you want in the fucking office? Back to who else do you want in the office?
Ron Paul?
No shit, Ron Paul.
I can't.
We said that in 2012, dude.
What about Rand Paul? Anybody like Rand Paul? I like Rand Paul.
I love Rand Paul.
No, I don't like Rand Paul.
What about Cruz? You don't like Cruz? I hate Cruz. He looks like a vampire.
No. Christ, he's a fucking criminal.
Fucking Cruz.
His wife is Goldman Sachs, dude.
Cruz scientifically has a face of a person that you want. That like they scientifically proven that he has a face of a person that you want to punch.
Did you see that booger he ate? He had some kind of white glob on the top of his lip during a debate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, I think Donald Trump is a strong man.
It's amazing.
I don't think he's a dictator.
It's amazing what he's done in a fucking week, Temple.
He killed TPP, whatever the fuck. He's gonna get rid of NAFTA. He's telling Mexico, listen, you got to pay for the wall. They're like, no, we're not gonna pay. We're not even. He's not even.
Listen, Temple. Where Donald Trump is fucking up with Mexico is saying that you're going to pay for the whole fucking wall. It needs to be a fucking effort between the United States and
Trump is a deal maker. The president of Mexico fucked up. All he had to do was show up, and Trump would have made a deal with the guy. He would have said, "Hey, listen, just pay for half."
Pay for fucking half. I'll fucking pay for part of it. Is that what you really think? Back to that? What you really think?
I know he makes some good points. I didn't realize, the whole thing about Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia was behind 9/11.
Yeah, no shit, dude.
I guess we're talking shit. That's
live in the reality, dude.
Shit.
Live in the reality of shit. What is the 9/11 report? You got to make concessions on some stuff.
It's 28 pages that were released recently, a couple months ago, that says that Saudi Arabia was pretty much, the sole country that was behind 9/11.
But do you think that shit's gonna fly under a Trump administration?
I think he's going to go after it, man. He threatened. Dude, you know what I heard? Okay, this is going to be crazy, okay? But Donald Trump has got all the information. They've got carburetors that can have you can have cars that go 200 miles per gallon. And then there's medications. They got cures for cancer, dude. Where they can have life extension. We could live to be 200 years old. Donald Trump is going to release all this information. Now, is it conspiracy theory? I don't know, man.
Where'd you go back to? Let's not say anything till back to shows back up.
You don't believe that? You don't believe they have cures for cancer?
I think they do. I would hope they have fucking cures for cancer. I saw something today about them making the first human pig hybrid embryo that
they've been able to do that for like 25 years, bro.
Well,
they're just letting that shit out now.
Let me tell you, it's like human pig organs are very similar to the shape and the size of a human organ, and what they had to do was make a hybrid of the human and the pig, and to grow human organs, and like that just became found here recently.
I just believe in God.
It's not bad.
I just believe in fun. I just believe in fun.
Bring it home, Richie.
Anyway, Donald Trump is not a dictator.
Hold on, Temple.
Donald Trump.
Hold on, Temple. That's good. That's good.
That was good. Richie,
That shit's funny, dude. Knock back up, Temple. That shit's funny,
Man, you guys, you just what is it about Vaughn, man? I never got that, man. I never got into the whole. What, he's just an asshole.
He is an asshole.
You just kind of love to hate on that guy,
dude. I fucking messaged Vaughn on Skype the other day. I told him, dude, let me buy a video game for you. Like I'll pay for it, and just play on my server, right? And he was just a fucking dickhead, dude. I was like, fuck, man, you're fucking an asshole, bro.
His wife, though. How the fuck did he snag her? He drug her. You know why I like Trump? You know why I like Trump?
Why?
Because Trump was on Saturday Night Live making fun of himself, and Trump was actually on Comedy Central being roasted. How many fucking people that become president get roasted? This guy is fucking real. He knows what he's doing, dude.
The following is a rebroadcast.
Don't worry about
Donald
it. Man,
Trump's
he's not a
first press
dictator.
conference as
He
president
loves
elect.
the United States. Okay? Anybody loves the United States?
Hello, thank you for coming. I'd like to start by answering the question that's on everyone's mind. Yes, this is real life. This is really happening. On January 20th, I, Donald J. Trump, will become the 45th president of the United States.
You gotta play the roast.
And then 2 months later,
play the Comedy
Mike Pence will
Central
become the
roast.
46th. I am so excited to live in the White House. I'm even going to have a little pet, like all the presidents do. Bill Clinton had socks, Barack Obama had Bo, and I'll have Paul Ryan. I mean, I'm not gay, but I cannot wait to give it to that man for 4 years. And guys, I mean, who is excited for my inauguration day? Yes, thank you to those people over there.
Fuck animals.
He does a spot-on impression of fucking Donald Trump.
Everybody does.
That is awesome,
dude. Everybody does a spot-on impression. Dana Carvey, fucking.
That's a great impression.
What's his name? Fucking.
No, he's gonna argue with you. Oh, dude.
Who's that guy?
No, that's not right, man.
Jimmy Fallon.
He does a spot on.
Jimmy Fallon, Dana Carvey.
You know what, dude?
That's gross.
You don't want immigration here, or you do want immigration? I don't know. I still don't understand.
I do not want immigration. How much clearer can I make it?
So how is Trump being a dictator when he's trying to block? So you don't like the countries that he's blocking. You think that he has a
Temple. Hold on. Let me ask Temple. Let me ask Temple something. Every policy that Trump's made, he's like doubled down and like created like a thing that you never thought was going to happen, like on top of it. Like let's say with this Mexico deal, you know what I'm saying? Like I could see him being like, okay, you're going to pay for a part of the wall, you know what I'm saying? But like, we're going to help you make Mexico like a legitimate fucking country, you know what I'm saying? Where there's no corruption, and it semi resembles, you know, through our partnership, resembles something of the United States, where it will better your country and get rid of these motherfucking cartels that are fucking corrupting your country.
Anyway, I heard the president of Mexico is involved with the cartels, but it's all about the art of the deal with Trump. If you deal with Trump and you can come to a satisfactory outcome where both parties win. That's all he wants. But this motherfucker, this Mexican president, is saying, I'm not even going to go. Trump went to Mexico. Remember that? He got criticized for going to Mexico. He's very respectful. He went there to show that, he was presidential. Now he's a president. He's saying, hey, let's make a deal. And he didn't even, and then he's like, the president's like, no, I'm not going to go. So he's like, well,
you have a poor recollection of history. You've got a poor recollection of history.
Oh yeah, man. I'm totally
go ahead and explain.
I was totally against Trump from the beginning, and then Olympus is like, hey, I might vote for him. Did you vote for him, Olympus?
Yeah, I voted for Trump.
So, inform me. I want to be informed by this guy. What am I not?
Yeah, what is a bad recollection of history? What is a bad recollection of history?
Well, his entire recount of the events that transpired between Trump, the Mexican government, as it applies to the wall, is incorrect.
Well, what
is wrong?
We're not talking about Hillary.
The government.
Hillary is not a factor. She's not a fucking issue. She's not even in the equation.
The ex-president of Mexico,
Vicente Fox,
said fuck the wall. So basically, the new president of Mexico, who basically wants to keep. I'm not done. I'm not done.
Give me the breakdown.
I'm not done.
All over the place.
I'm not done. Okay, the new president of Mexico, under pressure to say the same thing, basically says fuck the wall. That's it.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go back. Let's rewind and fucking actually revisit history as it happened. Okay? Trump states he's going to build a wall on the Mexican border if he's elected president, and Mexico is going to pay for it.
Wrong. You want to go back? You should go back to 2006. The wall was already voted for by Congress.
Talking about that.
2006. It's not racist.
Talking about that. I'm talking about Trump. Hello, concentrate. Okay, so Trump said, if I'm elected president, we're going to build a wall on the Mexican border, and Mexico will pay for it. That's where he started. That was his starting point, right? A nation without borders is not a nation. Do you remember all that? We're going to build a wall, and Mexico's going to pay for it. And then he went down there during the election process, the campaign process. He even went down to Mexico to meet with the president of Mexico. He went into the Mexican president's, into the meeting with the Mexican president. In the first introductory statement by the Mexican president, his response to Trump is, we will not pay for that wall. He tweeted it, in fact. The Mexican president says, I told Trump we will not pay for that wall. Donald Trump came out of that meeting and said, oh, yeah, we had a great meeting. He said he would pay for it all. He never even, well, actually, what he did first was he never even mentioned it. And then, after the tweet from the Mexican president came out who was saying, we met with Trump, and I told him right to his face we would never pay for any fucking wall, Trump said it tried to downplay it and say that didn't even happen, that they didn't even discuss the wall. That's the way it happened. Now, as far as Vicente Fox yesterday, but wait a minute, before I get to Vicente Fox, what Trump said since then is he's changed his position. Then it went from Mexico will pay for the wall. Then it went to, well, we'll pay for the wall initially, but Mexico will pay us back. And then it went to, well, we'll just impose a 20% tariff on all products coming in from Mexico, which means that, that's what he's going to do to pay for the wall. But what in fact that means is that all of the fucking tariffs that are paid to bring products in from Mexico to the United States will be paid for by the American fucking consumer.
That has nothing to do with the fucking wall. That has everything.
It does have everything to do with the wall.
No, it does
exactly
not.
What he said
no, it does not. It goes back to when he was talking to Ford, when he said that, hey, if y'all want to, which there are factories in Mexico, because I'll speak from personal experience.
The wall doesn't have anything
I'll
to
speak
do with
from
Ford.
personal experience. The guy when I went to Los Angeles, California, when I was staying in Long Beach, the operations manager for the company that I work for, he said, yeah, we took a fucking trip to Mexico just for the weekend. And, because the people that work at the Ford factory over there happen to know how to steal, straight up just come in and break into your fucking car. They stole all of our fucking luggage. You know what I'm saying? It's basically saying if Ford wants to send more jobs to fucking Mexico for cheaper labor, that they're gonna impose a 25% tax or 30% tax on every single bits of goods that come from Mexico. It has nothing to do with the wall. It has everything to do with the fact of trying to bring jobs back to America and keep them out of foreign countries where they have cheaper labor. Thank you.
So your point is basically Donald Trump is using common sense that is not happening or hasn't happened in a long time. It's common fucking sense, man. And that's who he is. That's who he is. I think he's gonna have that fucking Chinese chick. Yeah, that's your attitude about common sense. Huh? Really, dude?
Common sense is a joke. Common sense is for common people.
I get you. What was his point? Did he ever try to explain the whole refugee and how Donald Trump's a dictator? I've heard that claim before. He's a dictator.
Donald Trump has used 14 executive orders to basically put America on its first fucking week of office into a direct tract.
That's racist, though.
Into a direct tract of where it needs to be for him to have success as a president for the next at least 4 years, if not for the next 8 years. That's it. Donald Trump is going to go down as probably one of the best fucking presidents that we've ever had.
Yeah. George Washington 2.0. That's what people are saying. I am worried, though, dude. I'm worried about that whole fucking not going after Saudi Arabia. And there was something else. Oh, he's going after the parks. I think I tried to make a point the other night. Donald Trump, you know how we have national parks that are amazing? There are these pristine fucking, areas all over the country that are protected because of Theodore Roosevelt. He foresaw a future where, this would need there was a need to happen. This is going to happen. We had to do it. Donald Trump wants to go after the national parks. I think that's wrong, but I got to look into it because that could be more propaganda, like when they said that he took out the bust of Martin Luther King Jr. Remember that fucking lie? So
well, the thing about the parks is that a lot of that type of that whole dealing with parks deals with like the Bureau of Land Management. You know what I'm saying? It falls into a category of a bureaucracy of like how to deal with land and how to deal with agriculture. Like let's say a fucking buffalo from fucking Yellowstone, happens to fucking like get out of Yellowstone property and graze.
Oh my God, this is the most ridiculous argument I've ever heard, and it has nothing to do with anything that he did. In fact,
all I'm saying
on all the science, and he told people to stop fucking tweeting shit. He made them delete fucking tweets that were pasted about climate change because he is an anti-fucking science person.
Wait a minute. So the problem with there's too much carbon. Was it? Isn't that what plants breathe? Isn't that what plants breathe? Isn't the fact that we're putting too much
plants fire carbon dioxide, not carbon dioxide. It is a greenhouse gas.
But
you cannot breathe carbon dioxide. You will die in an atmosphere of carbon dioxide. Period.
But plants that give us oxygen that we breathe rely on that. So it's a good thing.
Well, no, it's not a good thing if you chop down all the fucking plants, i.e. the rainforest, and killing all the photoplankton, which is the major contributor to fucking photosynthesis on the planet, is the fucking photoplankton in the ocean, which has all died off because of rising oceanic temperatures, because of people like you that have a lack of understanding about the fucking ecosystem.
Isn't the sun in general? Isn't the sun the biggest? Isn't the sun that we can't do nothing about?
The fucking sun. We're talking about the ecosystem and the balance on this planet. Period. We're talking about what's been done and what cannot be done.
The sun is a major contributor to climate change. The sun. We can't do shit about the sun.
We're not talking about the sun causing climate change. We're talking about
go play that girl farting. Go play that girl farting in the toilet again.
Climate change. Anthropogenic climate change. Not the sun, not volcanoes, not dinosaurs, not cow farts.
It's 97. Listen, 97%.
We're talking about since the last 120 fucking years, primarily since man started releasing the carbon atoms trapped in the fucking Earth's core.
A consensus of scientists is not science.
For fuck's sakes, Jesus Christ! Just keep drinking your Heineken.
You guys continue to say 97%. Okay, I'm gonna move. 97% of scientists. Science is not a consensus. If it doesn't matter how many, it's got to be proven. You can't prove that shit yet. It's not science yet. It doesn't matter how many fucking scientists agree. That's a consensus is meaningless. You got to. It's science. There's no agreeing. It is what it is.
You know nothing about science, and I can tell every time you open your fucking mouth.
I know climate change. You call it global warming. Now it's climate change. Now it's whatever you guys fucking think.
Because anytime you have junk science, it can easily be disproven by other scientists who are reputable, and that's the problem with this. The mainstream consensus.
You guys want to tax people.
99%.
You guys want to say.
Look, hey, just because
it's a fucking tax. That's all it is, dude. What about China? Is China polluting? Are they polluting? Why don't we? Let's go into there. Let's make sure that they're doing their part.
You're making a straw man argument.
No, China's polluting like a motherfucker.
It's always Western countries that have to do their fucking part. We don't give a shit about China.
Hey, China's polluting like a motherfucker.
You're making a straw man argument. Just because there are members in politics and in government who try to profit or tax people off of a fucking calamity does not mean that the calamity is not real.
Al Gore goes around in a fucking jet plane.
Is not a fucking climatologist. Al Gore is a fucking hack job politician who is not even relevant in politics anymore. And if you go to Al Gore for your fucking scientific information, you're a fucking idiot.
Olympus. Obama went to Africa and told Africans that they couldn't have air conditioning in cars because the planet would boil over. You see the elitist attitude?
Would you please cite that? Would you please cite that?
Yeah,
please?
He gave a speech. Yeah.
Okay.
What to cite it? Go Google it. Go Google.
Please provide the evidence. No, you're the one making
Obama says Africans can't have air conditioning.
Okay, then surely you can go Google it and provide a link. No, surely you can go Google it and provide a link for me, and I'll go look at it.
No, I don't have to. It's well known.
Not exactly.
You're the one making the claim.
Exactly. You're the one making the claim that it's ludicrous. So you have to go fucking provide evidence to support your fucking claim. I'll be happy to look at the evidence, but don't tell me to go fucking Google it. Okay? You're gonna make a stupid fucking claim like that.
Did you give me a link earlier?
Back it up.
You gave me a fucking link.
We're gonna all have to
work together
to find ways in which collectively we reduce carbon.
You might die.
We make sure that there's some differentiation. Countries that are very wealthy are expected to do more, and countries that are still developing, obviously they shouldn't be resigned to poverty simply because the West and Europe and America got there first. That wouldn't be fair. But everybody's going to have to do something. Everybody's going to have to make some important choices here. And, I expect that it's going to be your generation that helps lead this, because if we don't, it's going to... First of all, it's important for us to understand how much environmental progress we've made in my lifetime. And
dude, that was the...
When we talk about the environment, it sounds like
he went to Africa and said that. He told Africans.
But we don't realize, we don't remember what we've accomplished already. In the 1970s, in California, there would be regular days where people did not go outside. When Ronald Reagan was governor in California, there were regularly days where the smog was so bad, it was like it is in Beijing now. People just wouldn't go outside. And if you had asthma or some respiratory disease, you might die. I remember as recently as 1979, when I first started college, I started college in Los Angeles. When I went running, first week I was there, after about 5 minutes, I'd start feeling a burning in my chest. And it was just me sucking in soot and smog.
How does a guy?
And now,
how does a guy that he's a what was he before he became president? Oh, he was a community organizer. Oh, like one term? Was it what? How many terms? Oh, give me a break there. So that's pretty good. So Donald Trump's been around forever. He gets it. We're all worried. We're all worried about what he's gonna fucking do. Well. You told me he's a dictator. You told me he's a dictator, and yet you can't give me one example. All you say is he's banning Muslims. He's banning Muslims. Well, how is that a dictator?
He does have 14 executive orders in his first 7 days of office, Temple. I mean, that's a good example.
To get rid of what? To get rid of the previous administration's
fucking decide what he wants for this country. What part of that don't you fucking understand? It's a government all formed by the people, represented by the fucking Congress. You fucking
how's he gonna get rid of these? How's he gonna get rid of TPP? It's legal. It's legal, you dumbass. It's legal. What do you? Okay, impeach him. Impeach him. It's not gonna happen.
I believe he will be impeached. I believe he absolutely will be.
Okay, I'm going to hold you to that. I'm going to hold you to that.
I don't think he's going to make it a year.
He better be impeached.
I don't think he'll make it a year.
No, he'll make it a year.
I love him.
Again, what do you got, a crystal ball up your ass?
I can tell by his actions. And I don't think that you're thinking about the ramifications of these executive orders. Just because
Hillary would have started World War III with Russia.
No,
Donald Trump wants détente with Russia. He wants to sit down and talk to Russia. She didn't want to talk to Putin.
Can you define détente for me, please? Instead of just give me a fucking Fox talking clip. Can you tell me what détente is? No, you can't. I didn't think so. Keep drinking.
Détente, my friend, okay, is what Trump's all about. Why are you laughing at me, man? I'm serious. This guy's a billionaire.
You're seriously funny.
He worked his ass off, regardless of whether you think he did or not.
Irregardless is not a word. It's regardless, not irregardless. Irregardless means not guard, without guard.
Well, that's an honest mistake. Your mistake is assuming that he's a dictator after he's only been a president for 7 fucking days.
Oh, I'm saying he's acting like a dictator. That's the part you don't get.
He's acting like a dictator. It's like being half pregnant.
No, it's not like being half pregnant. I'm saying he's acting like a dictator. He's making decisions.
Either he is or he's not. You give me one example. You give me one example. Give me another example. Okay, he's a dictator. Give me another example.
You just fail to hear them. We do not live in a country where the president makes the decisions.
Dude, I love you, man. I think you're a smart guy. I just think you got to bug up your ass. I think you got to bug up your ass about Trump. That's all. I think you're jealous. I think you're jealous, man. I think he's banging this hot chick from Russia, and you want her.
His own wife is an illegal
so you're just gonna, you're gonna attack him.
I'm jealous, totally jealous. Okay, when all else fails, go to ridiculous arguments. Nice job, Temple One.
How is that ridiculous? Pussy's not ridiculous. He grabs pussy. You want that?
She looks like a man.
Grab pussy, don't you?
Yeah, he commits assaults.
Oh, God.
On women. Said something.
You fucking faggot. Shut up. SJW. He grabs pussy.
That's called foreplay in my book. When you grab some vagina.
That's called being a man, man. When you talk like a fucking man in front of other fucking men, dude. Me and Temple, we went to a fucking strip club together.
I grabbed my fair share of pussy.
I paid for 2 lap dances for Temple One.
And they reciprocated
as a man, because that's the manly thing you do.
Define reciprocation.
That's the manly thing you do. You meet up with your friend from fucking stick hams and all that shit, and then and we're at a strip club. You buy them 2 goddamn lap dances in an all nude fucking bar.
I thought it was 3.
It may have been 3 in an all nude fucking strip club, dude. That's what you do as a goddamn man. You grab them by the fucking pussy.
You're like John Wayne, man. What's wrong with John Wayne? You hate John Wayne? I understand, though. A lot of people are worried because this is new, Olympus. Masculinity is new to some of these.
No, he committed assault. He committed assault. Temple. He committed assault.
Yeah, foreplay is foreplay an assault. I can't lick some pussy before I fuck it. That's an assault.
Like he's the first fucking billionaire. Like he's the first fucking billionaire that's ever fucking grabbed some fucking pussy.
Yeah, if you're a billionaire and a woman comes up to you and she's got love in her eyes, you're gonna grab that shit. It's a done deal. Okay, he's just being honest. You know, you could have wrote a book about it too. I bet you could have wrote a book about banging chicks. but he had good taste. Anyway, you know what? He's doing a great job. I don't want to sit here and talk about Trump. He's going to play the Chinese chick farting again. Isn't that kind of sexist? That's kind of, you know what, dude?
I'm going to bed, you fucking drunks, and ass it out.
This is right there. I'll bet you that was a hidden video. You see what I'm saying, though? What happened if that was your daughter, man? Where was that? That was your daughter doing that. Would you appreciate that?
You going to bed, pussy? He's a dictator.
He's gonna dream about Melania.
He's a
How hot
dictator.
was Melania?
Temple.
Good God, what a piece of ass she is.
He's a dictator, Temple.
What a beautiful looking woman.
Looks like a fucking man.
She don't look like no goddamn man. You take her goddamn clothes off, man. She looks like a fucking. You be eating her fucking farts.
She looks like a man. What kind of man? She's beautiful, dude. Amazing looking creature.
Look at Ivanka.
Amazing looking.
What would you do to Ivanka, Temple?
It looks like a fucking man.
What would you do to Ivanka, Temple?
You say? What do you say?
I'd let her shit on my head.
Man.
I'd let her shit on my forehead. Straight up.
Let her shit on your head.
My forehead.
I was thinking about eating her corn out of
Right
her
here.
fucking out of her
Right
turds.
here, bro.
I'd eat her turds. I mean, I'd eat the corn out of her shit.
Grab her by the pussy.
I'm saying? Man, just to fuck her, man. Amazing. Can you imagine when she spreads her legs?
That's
I
right.
bet you it looks like heaven. It's like the parting of the Red Sea.
It smells like goddamn peaches.
Salvation. Free at last, free at last. Let me fuck that pussy.
Peaches. Strawberries.
It's amazing. All the negativity. It's like if he finds a cure for cancer, they're gonna fucking complain.
That'll never happen. Don't worry. Cancer is $1 billion a year business. They'll never find a cure for that reason.
There is a cure for cancer. He's gonna release it. Yeah.
It'll never be brought out. There's too much money.
They've got life extension. They've got carburetors. They can you can go 200 miles, 200 miles on a gallon of gas. Carburetors. They have it.